So we stopped at, I said our offset is 2 rows, which means take away 2 rows. Now we are interested in, wanted to print the next 10. When we said using select top 10, it should print out the first 10. Now what we want to do, we can't use stop and offset in the same statement. So now we said offset 2 rows, which means that those data that satisfy this condition, take away the first 2 rows. Now I want you to next 10 rows. You have to fetch next 10 rows. So we have fetch next 10 rows only. So let's see. Let's see what we have here. Okay, sorry, because I'm having, sorry, because of that semicolon. So that's why it's an error. Let's rerun this. Okay, good. So we have this. So this is the next 10 row. Can you see? This is the next 10 row. Can you see? If you count it, it is 10 numbers. So that's how to do it. It varies depending on the kind of database you are using. The kind of, if you are using IBM DB2, you can use the limits. Just say you limit your this thing, you use offset. You can just use offset and you also limit it. So we have this. So okay, let's continue. Now we've done that. We've done how to. Now the next thing we'll be going on to now is how do we. Okay, we have aliasing. Okay, we have aliasing. Aliasing means how to rename something. Okay, let me just use this. Let me copy this again. No, I don't want to. Let me write a new one. So select first name, comma last name from international students. Okay, now good. See something. I can rename this. Select first name as FN, which means I want to rename it. Select last name as LN, then from international students call. So let's see. So don't worry, don't forget to put your semicolon. So let's try running this code and see what we are going to have. Can you see FN and LN? So I have changed that. Also, we can also do something like this. We can also do something like this. Can also do something like this. Let me remove this. Now, I can also rename my international student score. Now, let me name it as SC. So my international student score is now SC. Now, if my international student score is SC, then I can say this is SC dot first name. Then this is SC dot last name. When we are dealing with multiple tables, you will understand this better. This will become so clear with you. Now, can you see? So that is what we call what aliasing. So trying to rename those cells. Look at international student test score is just too much to write. So I can always rename it to something, then assign it to in the column that I want to print. So that's about that. Now the next thing we'll be moving on to now is how to alter table. Now, when we created the table, look at the table here. My first name is a voucher. So assuming I want to I want to change the data type. I want to change it to ordinary child. What will I do? What you will do is just to alter the table we are dealing with, which is international student score. So alter to international. Can you see this is very, very stressful? Start typing. Then what will I do? I want to alter the column. So I could just say alter column last name, alter column last name. Then I want to change it to char, and I want it to limit to what? 50. So which means the maximum number, even if I have to write last name, the maximum number of letters you can put in there is 50. Now this char and this voucher, let me just try to, according to my own understanding, let me just try to differentiate between them. If you are using char, assuming you want to use email, you don't use char for email, you use voucher, because sometimes you have so name at, sometimes you have underscore as name, you have so many characters that are being involved in email. So it's better for you to use voucher. But name, it's not possible for you want to write your name, start writing at no, it's your name. So we expect it to be ordinary what? Ordinary characters. Now let's see this. Can you see that's a completion time? So which means changes are what? It has successfully been what? Being changed. So that's how to change the data type of your. Now the next one is, how do I add new column? Let me print the column first. Select all. Don't forget this is all. Select all from international. Okay. So how do I, let me look at the columns style. Let's see. Okay, ID, country, first name, country code, and test score. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do something. Where select all from international student score, where country equals to Ukraine. Ukraine. Where country equals to Ukraine. So let's do this. Now, can you see this is the only Ukraine that we have? So where country equals to Ukraine, or you can say I want to print Ukraine and United States. So I can just say when country in Ukraine, comma, United States. Good. So where country in Ukraine, comma, United States. Now can you see United States and Ukraine? So alternatively, let me say this. Alternatively, you can, instead of using this in, we can use and. You can say where country is equals to Ukraine and country is equals to United States. So it's still the same thing with this. Now with this one, it's very easy for me to write multiple conditions, state multiple conditions for it. So I hope we got that. So okay, let's continue. So also we are dealing with how to alter table. So we can also, let's alter this table. I want to add a new column. So let me just try to copy this. Alter table. Alter this table. You understand? Now I want to add new column. What do we do? Just say add. So I want to name it hello. Let me just name it hello. So I want it to be in voucher 50. Good. So I'm adding a new column to it. I want to add a new column to my data. So let's see. Good, successful. So let's print now. Let's print this. Let's print this. Let's print this and see what's going on. Now, can you see? It is null, 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 null. So we have to delete this back. We don't need it anyway. So if I want to delete this column, what do? So you alter the table also. So you alter the table again. So what you just say is to drop column hello. So we are dropping this column. So we are dropping this column. Completed successful. Now let's print it again. Let's see what we are going to have. Let's print it again and see what we're having. Can you see? It is nowhere to be found. So we successfully what? Deleted the column. Now there's one thing I want to also say. I want to cover up a lot of things today. Now let's see. I want to print first name and last name in an uppercase. You understand? So I can say, this first name, look at this first name, it's in a proper case, Marshall, Cylinder, Guillermo. So I can say, select upper, let's see, everything, first name. Coming. This is written on error. Okay, it requires one argument. Yeah, I just want to try that if it will work. Anyways, okay, let's upper last name. So I want to print my first name and my last name in what? In an uppercase. So this is what we are going to do. Just press this. Select execute. Can you see? Can you see? So I have to rename it as FN as LN. Good. So let's run this again. Can you see? It's now in uppercase. So if you want it to be in lowercase, what do? Use lower. Use lower. We use lower. So we use lower. So let's see this. Can you see? Now it's now in lowercase. So at the same time, I think you can also use, I think you can use some, it works for other, some database, use L case for lowercase. Let me see if it will work. Check if it's working for this. Okay, it's not working. What about your case? It's not working. Okay, let's leave that. So that is upper and that's what? Lower. So I was talking about the null and the not the other and not null the other time. So this is it. So where my first name is null. Okay, let me add this table back. Let me add this table back. Let me add this. Where is the table? This table. Let me add this table back. So let us alter this table and add hello. Command successfully. Okay. So let's select this. Select. Now you can also count. You can count function. We have count function as well. We are still going to do with this data anyway. Count first name from international student score. So let's count this. Let's see. So 32. So I can rename it. Count first name as so. The way you like. Okay, so as I was saying, I want to select first name, comma, last name, comma, hello from international student score, where hello is null. Is it not saying hello? I think we have hello. Is it not hello that we had? We've added it. Let's see. So we're having it. Now, can you see where hello is null? Can you see that it prints out everything since our hello is what is null? So assuming I want to write the opposite, not null, so we can say select this where hello is not null. So let's say this. This should be returning an empty. Can you see? So which means there's nowhere where hello is not null. So we can drop it by saying alter table, international student score, drop some. This thing uses delete. You understand? Let me see. Okay, let's work. Let's see if delete will work. Delete. Delete column. Hello. Let's see. Delete hello. What of this? Okay, what if I have delete hello from, what if I have something like this? Will it work? I doubt that. Okay. So we can just say drop column hello. So let's drop it. Okay, drop column hello. So are we having any error? Oh, this is the error. Okay, let's drop it. Good, dropped successfully. So having done that, what's next in our outline? I think we've done aliasing, we've done how to do offsets, how to, so if I'm not mistaken, this would be the end of today's class. Yeah, how to delete rows, drop column, drop. Now, if I want to drop table, I'll just say drop table, so. But I don't want to drop the table, because if I should drop this table, fat. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Actually, I'm not dropping any table. So I'll have to create similar table, then just few tables. Let me copy it to this extent. So I'm copying to this extent. So I'll have to create new listing for that. So I'll copy it, I'll paste it here. So I'll just name it as score. Name it as score. Name this as score. So let's run it. Good, successful. So how to drop it? I'll just say drop table score. Can you see? The table has been dropped what? Successfully. So drop that. So just have to do that so you can know. So if you should try dropping any table, you know what will happen. Everything will be dropped. So all these are actually correct. I don't know why it's paying error. So this will be the end of today's class. And thank you for attending. We shall meet in our next class. So thank you.